want to tell you that Jesse and I have been talking about his cars, and who came in to warm us up here a little bit about the car? Who's this lady here?
This is my wife, Rachel.
Rachel, now is this your car or Jesse's car?
This is my girl. This is my car.
Now here's the thing that I really think is amazing about y'all. You've got a bunch of great cars, largely from the 60s, right?
Yes.
And you're both, you know, that's my era. But how about you? How did you become interested in, both of you, how did you come to like these older cars that people like me would be so fun?
Just always liked the 60s cars. My dad had one. And
what did he have?
69 Chevelle.
Yeah, oh, and you did you inherit that car, or what happened on that? What was the deal on that?
I just bought one after my grandfather passed away. Okay. And that's
so he had a 69, and you said, "I want one like Dad had."
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
So how did you come into the? Did you come in when you guys got married? And you've been married a long time, and I'm kind of having a hard time believing you guys have been married that long because you look so young. But did you love old cars before you got married, or?
I really didn't. I loved cars, but I wasn't specifically in any, I guess, certain era of cars.
Yeah.
But I mean, we met when we were kids, and he got a Chevelle probably a year or so after we got married. And they've always just been in our family, I guess. So we've broke them down and built them back.
And you told me that this is a car that'll let you know a lot of young people that are going to the show could not drive because it's a stick.
It is.
They don't know how to do it. But you're really good at it, huh?
I can drive it,
When did you learn on this car?
No, I had a little Honda Prelude.
Yeah?
That was my car. I learned
A little
to drive
6-speed,
on.
was it, or what?
It was
Yeah.
it was a little 5-speed in it. It was a bit of, it would go forever on a little bit of gas, but that's how I learned to drive.
That's one thing this car will not do, go forever on a little bit of gas.
No, not at all.
Okay, well let's take a look at it. The 427, it's like the premier engine of that era. I mean, it's the rock and roll engine, a solid lifter car, and it sounds awesome. When you were coming in Wednesday, you loaded in, right? And I said, well, this is a dream car for a lot of people. This really is. And the thing that's interesting is, Jesse, you told me you found the car in New York, right?
I did. Found it in New York. It originally was sold at Royal Chevrolet in Huntsville.
That's on your storyboard. I think it's fascinating. The car's back in the state now.
As soon as I seen that the car was sold originally in Huntsville, I said I have to buy this car.
And for people, I know the Corvette people know about NCRS. Would you explain what that means?
It's just a pretty rigorous standard for originality and that sort of thing. And in 2002, 2003, this was a top flight car in Southern California.
So that means a very meticulous, and boy, those are tough judges, aren't they? They go over everything. Everything has to be right.
Yeah.
Everything has to be as factory. Okay, here's another thing I want to bring up. Some of the videos that I've been talking to people who do work on cars, they'll say, well, an old car, let's make it modern. Let's put in a new LS number and power steering and brakes and stuff. And I had a guy comment on my YouTube channel, and he said, LS swap, the car loses its soul. And this car, some cars I can understand it, but this car would be wrong, in my opinion, to do that.
Absolutely.
I mean, this car, it's got its original personality and original quality, and it's been judged, and it's an award-winning car, man. You shouldn't mess with that.
Sure, absolutely.
Yeah. So of all your favorites, Rachel, what's your favorite of your?
Well, this is my favorite.
This is the one.
By far.
How did it become your favorite? Because you got some great cars.
Well, I love green.
Yeah.
And I remember we were watching one of the channels, and they had just posted this car.
Yeah.
And
This exact car.
I had never seen this color before.
Yeah. What did you say the color is, Jessie?
Goodwood green.
Goodwood green.
Goodwood green, and it was in the lighting. It was just beautiful, and I was like, "That's mine. That's the one I want." And and it happened that we found out kind of the history of it a little later.
Yeah.
But it was the perfect car for me.
My guess is when you're driving this car, you get a lot of honks and waves and attention, thumbs up.
A lot of people really, I think, appreciate them.
Yeah.
And if you park it anywhere, you know there's going to be a little bit a crowd come out
Yeah.
to get photos and stuff
Yeah.
with it, which is fun. That
Well,
makes
you know,
it all
the
the
thing
more
that's,
fun.
to me, if you look around the Mob Inc. show here, you'll see supercars, you'll see Ferraris and Porsches, and all of a sudden, here's this car from years ago. Have you noticed the crowds that have been coming around it? People love this car.
No doubt.
I don't know if they ever had an old Corvette or they've just seen pictures, but it strikes a real Americana flavor in it. You know,
Definitely.
it's a great car.
It's definitely a windows down driver.
Yeah.
We have
Very
a lot of
hot.
fun.
Yeah.
It gets warm in there,
Yeah.
but it goes fast.
Yeah.
So it cools off pretty quick.
What fun. Well, you guys are great for talking to us. It's a beautiful car, and I'm glad you're keeping it as it should be.
Yes.
Yeah. Thank you guys so much.
Thank you.